Thanks for dropping in. My name's Kizzy Nkwacha and this is The Entrepreneur Show. Now we're going to be talking to some of the smartest minds in the business world to find out what it takes to be a real entrepreneur. And hopefully, just maybe, we're going to find out what practical steps you can take to realize your business goals. Now, my next guest on The Entrepreneur Show is somebody we've been trying to nail for absolutely ages. She's been so busy, there's a queue longer than the queue to speak to the Pope just to get to this woman. Lorraine Pirihi, she runs a business that you all heard about. If you haven't heard about her business, then you really have been living under a rock for the past 5 years or so. Lorraine Pirihi runs a business called Relaunch Your Life, which focuses on baby boomers. She coaches them and she helps them get out the doldrums and to really reignite the spark of creativity and motivation that could lead to business success. Lorraine, it's fantastic having you on the show today.
Thanks, Kizzy. I'm looking forward to it.
Look, Lorraine, I'm really disappointed that there's no video because I wanted to see what you look like, and you had it on for a few minutes before we came on live, and you turned it off. I feel ignored that I can't see you.
Unfair advantage.
It was working to my advantage, I've got to say. Tell us about your business, Relaunch Your Life. I mean, everybody's talking about you. You've got a reputation for being the person to go to if you really need to give your business that spark that it had when you first started it. How did you get into the idea of running Relaunch Your Life?
Wow. Well, just going back about 4 years ago, I'd been in business myself for over 13 years. I actually had a business called the Productivity Queen, helping small business owners, be much more productive. So that covered time management, being organised, all those sorts of things. And what I found was, after being in business that period of time, and at the time I was also about 53, I just sort of got tired, worn out, and over it. Things were changing, things happen in your life, kids, leave the nest as well. So it's not just the business, it's just about life in general. And I just I could wake up in the morning and get out and do things, but I just had no passion. I lost the passion and the fire for my business. So virtually I ended up walking away and ended up going back to employment. I had to find something to do. I went and got employed and sacked 3 times.
3 times?
Only 3 times.
So how long were you employed for on average before they discovered that they should be working for you?
A lot of the jobs now are contract. The world's changed. They're short contract jobs, and often crappy as well. Maybe a few weeks, if that. I just wasn't mediocre enough. So that's exactly what happened. And so just over a period of time, I learned heaps and I did a lot of different things. But I tell you what, I just couldn't stand it anymore. I just had to go and use my skills again because they'd all been lying dormant. Once you're an entrepreneur, you're always an entrepreneur. And then just over about 15 months ago now, I decided I have to go back to business. It wasn't like even though it was a choice, it's like, well, what else is there? I can't keep going on like this. I needed identity and purpose, all that sort of stuff. And yes, I need to make money as well, just like everyone else. And up came Relaunch Your Life. And basically what I do is help baby boomer business owners reignite the passion back into their business and life. Just like I have, done for myself, I've found that many of them are feeling tired, worn out, and over it too. I thought I was alone, but I wasn't. There's heaps more of them out there.
I find that some of the most successful businesses are businesses that are founded by people who would use the business themselves if it had been available to them at the time. I guess you were in that sort of position where you're kind of, you weren't sure about whether you could stay working for somebody or if you could relaunch your own business. Do you think that Relaunch Your Life would have helped someone like you?
Oh, absolutely. You know what? I didn't know at the time who to go to. As silly as that may seem, my background, a lot of personal development, business and life coaching, that's all part of what I'm, qualified to do as well. But at the time when I was feeling low and I didn't know who to go to, who could understand how I was feeling as a woman, at my age, feeling like I lost my passion and purpose, someone who'd been running a successful business for a period of time, who's that one go-to, one-stop shop I could go to that really could help find out what's going on with me and just to guide me in the right direction. I needed help, but I didn't know who to go to.
Well, I'm glad that you found your calling in life, because I think a lot of our listeners will agree that there seems to be this assumption that once you're over 30 or 40, you're pretty much over the hill, and that all you've got to look forward to is some sort of retirement. What do they call it? The golden age of retirement. Is that true?
Well, no. Most baby boomers don't have the money to retire, and a lot of the business owners, they're stuck in a rut. They want to change. They're not sure what to do, though. They're thinking. Some are thinking of selling, but it's like all too hard. Others are really concerned they're not going to have the finances that they need. And then you've got other people that actually just want to change in life. They're tired. They want to have more fun. Is this it? They're saying to themselves. There's got to be more to life than this.
And there's that question, of course, that if you are able to retire and if you are able to sell the business, what do you do now? Because we spend so much of our time and effort and passion building a business. Once that business goes, the question is, what's next? What do I do with myself?
Absolutely, and that's where it's really important to see someone. If you were looking to sell a business, not only do you see your accountant, your financial people, and your business broker, whoever. You need like an A team of people, including some form of coach to take you to where you want to be after you sell the business. Because you'll be like an athlete. Like, how many of these athletes get to the top of their game and then they all fall in a heap once they've reached that gold medal? Once they've reached that peak, and then it's like, what now?
Who are your businesses? Are they mainly one-man bands? Are they people that employ other companies?
Yeah, good question. Generally, they're quite small business, generally under 5 staff. Some people are in partnership. I've worked a lot with accountants and financial advisors. Not to say that they're the only people, but they all tend to be fairly smallish sort of business. I suppose too, because I do a lot of networking as well, and the people I come across, they often don't have quite, big teams of people. They're often quite small. In fact, the small business is the backbone of our country.
Same here in the UK. The small businesses fuel the growth of the economy, and with the government does everything it can to try to encourage people to run their own businesses. And I guess people like you are vital, because it's so easy to lose your way or to lose your focus or to get distracted by some of the things that shouldn't be distracting us from running a successful business.
And the thing is, what you need to deal with is yourself first. Once you're feeling that, I'm a bit over it, it's not necessarily the business here we're talking about. It's about you. You might be over it for a range of reasons, things that are going on in your own personal life. You might be, as you're getting older, you're slowing down, you're losing your energy, you're losing your mojo. You're starting to feel old, and you don't like that feeling, so you start to get grumpy. You seem to go on a bit of a slippery slope here. And it's about having a look at you and what the problem is, because once you sort through what I call your shit, right? Once you sort through that and see what's getting in the way and then what to do to move forward, you'll find generally the business will lift. Things going on in the business won't seem to be a problem, because you can then start seeing, if I make this change, I'll be able to do, to do this. You can make improvements, but you have to really improve yourself first and your state of mind before you look at anything else.
Is that the most common problem you think that business owners of a certain age experience when trying to run a business, that they themselves are the stopgap or the bottleneck or the problem area that they should be addressing first? Yeah,
absolutely, they are. And what's amazing, there's a lot of business owners who haven't had any training, like ongoing training and development, learning how to run a business effectively. They've run it by the seat of their pants. And then as they've grown, they've put staff on board who don't know what they're doing, and the business owner doesn't know what they're doing, so the staff don't know what they're doing, and then it's, the staff's fault. And then there's a whole range of issues. And what's happened, the business owner hasn't grown with the business. Their skills are limited, and so is their mindset as well. So they need a different set of tools to manage their life more effectively, which in turn will manage their business.
What motivates you? I mean, you spend a lot of your time getting people to do the things that they could do. But what motivates you? What keeps you going when you go through those moments when you think to yourself, what's the point? What gets you up in the morning and keeps you fired up?
Yeah, that's a good question because, yes, me too. I go through that still, but not as much now. I think it's really important to have, I really do like helping people, and you can see it doesn't take much to make change and to really make a difference. And for a lot of these people that I work with, particularly a lot of the men, just a slight change in their behaviours can lift them right out of depression. It can literally save their lives.
That's really rewarding.
Yeah, it is rewarding to see the difference in them, and then that far-reaching effect when they go back to their personal relationships, go back to their business and all the people that they have impact on. I find that really rewarding, and I also too find it. What gets me out of it, it's important to have for me direction and clarity as well. Clarity and direction and purpose. We all need it, and once you lose that, life's not worth. Yeah, you feel like life's not worth living. So once you start to lose that passion, and you can feel it, you've got to go and find someone who can help lift you out of it, because in most cases you're not going to do it on your own, because if you could, you wouldn't be in that situation right now.
Well, I've been doing some research on you. I've been stalking you in my spare time and listening to all those testimonial videos you've got on your website, and they are phenomenal. I mean, the transformation these people have gone through just by talking to you, it's inspiring just to listen to their case studies. These people, they seem to all have very similar problems. I mean, or they seem to have issues that are common, in that their personal lives seem to have a huge impact on their business lives as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And for for business owners, they're very lonely. We all can be like that. You get lonely. You don't tell you might have a partner, but you don't really tell them everything. And you need someone that you can talk to, and really get honest with yourself. And that's another thing. We're too busy covering up stuff, trying to push down how we really feel, rather than, bringing it all to the surface. And we'll say, well, okay, so shit happens. I'm not feeling good about myself, and you can tell because you over-medicate with alcohol, you might take drugs, eat too much food and get fat, which is quite common. So it's about addressing it and getting real, because you really can have a much better life, and it doesn't take a lot, but you've got to be aware of it first, and don't be frightened to put your hand up, because everybody, doesn't matter who you are, everybody needs help and support.
I like you. You said shit, and it sounds okay when you say it. My producer just gave me the thumbs up to say it's all right for Lorraine to say shit, because she's like, apparently I can't say it, but you can. You make it sound just right. I mean, this frank talking, you don't get enough of this in business, do you?
No.
Plain speaking English.
Yeah, exactly. And a lot of people, I don't want to put the sort of negative spin on things, but people aren't real. They don't really tell you what it's like in business. You ask people how things are going. Oh, it's great. I'm busy, but, like, what are you busy doing? Are you busy running away from your family so you don't have to deal with the issues going on there? What are you busy doing? I mean, particularly when you get past the age of 50, I mean, if you're not happy, in general, and you're working your ass off, basically, and not having a life, well, when the hell are you going to have one? And here's another thing. So many people drop off the perch with their health issues because they're so stressed out. They can't, figure out how to do things better. So, that's a real reason why you need to get the help you need, because who knows how long you're going to be staying alive for.
So for the time you are here, you might as well make the absolute best that you have of the time.
Exactly.
Very wise words indeed. You're listening to The Entrepreneur Show, and I'm talking to Lorraine Pirihi, who is the MD, the CEO, the founder, the instigator of a company we all know as Relaunch Your Life. Now, Lorraine, this is the section of the show that I think everybody really tunes in for. It's the advice section where we ask our interviewees to give our listeners maybe two or three. Three is a good number. Three pieces of advice that you want them to take away from this interview. If you had somebody in front of you who said, look, Lorraine, I need 3 pieces of advice that you can give me for free that will really help me get my business to the next level, what would the advice be?
Right. Well, first of all, you got to get you to the next level. Get yourself fit and healthy. Be proactive. Do something about that weight. Eat healthily. Exercise daily. And don't play around because you've only got one body. When your health goes down, everything will go down. So number 1, you need to take good care of yourself. Schedule yourself in the diary and make it happen. If you don't know what to do, go and get the help that you need, whether it's a personal trainer, a nutritionist, or a coach of some sort. Don't go it alone because chances are you won't succeed. You need help. Number 2, learn how to get yourself organized. Learn how to manage your time effectively so that you can say no to the things that aren't really important and focus on the things that are important. And the third one, and because I am one and I know to pull myself out of the rut and move forward and recreate a new business like this, I had to get coached. I had to find someone who was ahead of me, who knew what they were doing, who could get me focused and on track. So important. Don't try to work it all out by yourself because chances are, unless that's your area of expertise, you won't. You are worth every cent to invest in yourself. You know, people don't think twice about going on a holiday, buying a new car, doing all those sorts of, material things. The most important investment is in yourself, and that's where you need to invest some time, energy, and money if things are not going the way, you'd like them to be.
Fantastic. Really, really wise words, and I'm sure that's going to resonate with a lot of our listeners out there in business world. I think a lot of us focus so much on getting the business up and running that we forget that we are the business, and that if we're not fit and healthy, if we're not focused, if we're not taking time out to enjoy ourselves, the business simply can't grow.
Exactly.
Lorraine, it's been fantastic having you on the show. I've enjoyed every single minute of it, and I'm hoping that next year we can invite you back for a recap on some of the points that we brought up in today's interview, because I know a lot of our listeners are going to be wondering how to find out more about you. And I'll tell you what would be a good idea. Why don't you give me your website address so that people won't bug me for your contact details. They can get direct to you. How do people get hold of you, Lorraine?
Oh, sure. So the website is www.relaunchyourlife.com.au. And so you can catch me through that. Also, you'll find too on the website we've got a free recording on there, which is how to avoid baby boomer burnout. So actually how to avoid baby boomer business burnout. So you'll be able to download that for free from the website. Can I have one as well? Absolutely. Yeah? Fantastic. Thank you. Thank you so much. How to avoid baby boomer business burnout. Yeah, it's just a free recording. Yeah. That's great. Excellent. Thank you so much. Lorraine, it's been a fantastic pleasure having you on the show. We're hoping to maybe speak to you again next year in 2016. But until then, I've got to say, have a wonderful, wonderful week. You too. Thank you.